Brought to you by Curtis Raymond. Okay, so how do you get to here? How are you guys going to get to these babies? Well, they're actually the adult-looking children, but we're going to do this simulation, and we're going to fill out our chart. And before we started, you guys wrote down these directions. So the first coin toss is going to be determine whether it's a boy or a girl. Okay. The second coin toss from that point on would determine if it's dominant or recessive. Then you're going to fill out the chart, so we'll switch that in a second. And then when it comes to drawing, you're going to actually start with the eyes. You're going to trace it. Everything's to scale. So back to this. How do you get to that from this chart that we're going to fill out? How do you get to that from, say, this? It's like this. You're going to use these letters, and they really represent segments of DNA that ultimately get transcribed and translated, and ultimately you see it right here being a physical trait, like free earlobes are attached, right? So let's go back to this. All right. Now, actually, I've got it loaded here. So let's walk through a couple things. I'm going to write some things in here and give you some pointers of things that we see most students mess up. So first, you got your paper here. And it probably will be wise for you to do this. All right? And then starting here, so we're going to skip over this part. You guys, focus. And I'll give you a couple examples. As you do your coin toss, you circle as you go along, and you go all the way through this. So let me do that. All right? All right, so I got this. Get it set over here. So I do a coin toss. Say I flip my coin and I get heads. So then I would write capital R. I flip it again, and then I'm going to write that. Now let's say the next time, how do we know what the next time is? We're walking down through the sheet and we're using these letters. Do not make this mistake of using R's all the way down. That's because they use R's, and then they use V's, and then as you scroll further down, they use R again and A's and stuff like that. So I'm going to... all right, so, question back there as we were recording? Now, let's say the second time I get this. Lowercase, lowercase. Then I'd go, again, come back over here, and that's where I would circle which trait I'm going to use. You need to circle this as you go along so you can turn your sheet in and finish delivering your baby at home if you run out of time. Hopefully you won't. Okay. Now, even if I get like this, let's say this is X's, I'll do B's. This right here is the father's genes. This is the mother's genes. We're not necessarily writing it as a genotype. We're recording inside here what they send. Off to the side, you can interpret it like this. Okay? This is what the child has, but remember, each parent sends half the genes. The biggest mistake we see is hair color and eye color. So this is what I'm going to do. First, you've got to flip twice for hair color and eye color. So let's say I get this, and then the father sends his little a, the mother sends a little a as well. So they both flipped tails. Then the next time, the father sent a capital letter, heads. Then the mother still sent tails. So this is what we have. That's how you should write it. However, we have students write it like this. So imagine this is the wrong way of doing it. What's wrong with that picture? It's the correct way of interpreting the genotype, but you are saying that the father sent A's and the mother sent B's? So this is some kind of mutant combination. It doesn't work that way. So you don't write it like that. You've got to write A, B, A, B. And then over on the side, you can write what the genotype would look like so you can properly interpret. So go and find the next page and tell me what color hair would this combination, would this genotype produce as a phenotype? Yes? Wait. Okay, so how are we supposed to do that? Come over here, those who have your paper, find little a, big B, on here.
Oh, dark Alright, what did I say? I can't read that. So.
You have, oh, yeah.
Yeah,
All right, right here.
Dark something. Oh, dark blonde.
Regular blonde. Right here.
What?
Right there. All right, so that in that case, it would be regular blonde. Okay, the same is the case for eye color, but all the rest of these, it's one letter in each box because one parent sent a letter and the other parent sent a letter. Does that make sense? Okay, on the paper, I need to correct something here. On your paper, it doesn't say texture. Right here it says hair body. Right here it says hair body. Okay. So we're almost ready to start. I want to give you one last note. This right here. Nose tip. Nose tip. Trying to find the end up. So on your nose tip, scroll all the way back here. See where it says nose tip. Read this little line here and this line. What you're going to do is you're going to get your results and you're going to do a second coin toss. So we're at that point, that's what you're going to do. All right, now we're pretty much ready to start. Let's go back to what you're going to do. You're going to get your chart filled out. You're going to circle the traits as you go along, and then you're going to draw the child starting with the eyes. For those of you who are artistically inclined and you want to freehand it, that's fine, but you kind of got an idea of what the babies look like from our first class. There we go. Are there any questions? Okay, I'm going to pass out coins, and you're going to start making your babies.